I'd like to welcome to the program Mark Henson, author of Ordinary Superheroes Unleash the Full Potential of Your Most Natural Talents. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, Stephen. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here, even though I don't have like a really cool, fun handle like you do. I need like a Megatron kind of handle.
Yeah, it's an old handle, but it's one that I've found is difficult to break at this point in time.
I did have a nickname. I had a friend of mine in junior high school used to watch Johnny Sacco and this giant robot, old Japanese film, and he nicknamed everyone in our group.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Different things, and mine was the only one that stuck all through middle school and partly through high school. But that fell off a long time ago.
Yeah, mine came along. I used to run a Transformers website, and then I actually started podcasting with Transformers, so it was kind of a name that's stuck.
Gotcha.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mark, so that the listeners get kind of a general idea about you.
Sure. Yeah, I live in Columbus, Ohio. I run a business called Sparkspace, which is a unique and creative and award-winning business meeting and retreat space in downtown Columbus, Ohio. So my day job is to run business meetings and help corporate business teams have their best meeting ever every single day. And we have this very fun, cool, creative space that they get to come and have meetings in and do workshops and seminars and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what I do during the day with a whole team of people that I work with there. And then I also write books and I speak and I conduct workshops helping people discover their superpowers, helping them discover what are those most powerful strengths that they bring to the table every day, whether they know what those are or not. My sort of mission in life is to help people discover what those are and then actively seek out ways to use those more proactively. So that's what I've been doing a lot for the last couple of years, in addition to running my day job business as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I noticed that you also were from Michigan originally.
I am. I said you're from the Flushing area. Is that right?
Yep, which is kind of close to Flint.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Ann Arbor, and just outside of Ann Arbor, a little town called Chelsea. Most famous for where the actor Jeff Daniels lives now. He grew up there as well. He's way more famous than I am, though.
Yeah. He's one of our bigger known names from Michigan, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I see also that you've done a number of things from radio to writing to speaking, and so what prompted you to write your book, and kind of what was your thoughts behind it?
Well, it was kind of a long journey. You know, people ask me all the time, how long did it take you to write the book? And I always tell them 50 years because it came about after, being in life for a while and starting a business and creating something from the ground up like that and working very hard in a business for a long time. I actually used a lot of what would be considered my superpowers as I built my business over the span of about 10 years. And absolutely loved it, had a great time. The first 10 years of my business really flew by. And after that point, I reached about 10 years in, I thought the business had reached a level of kind of sustainable success, I guess. And I knew that it needed something different than what I was providing because I was a builder-creator type. And so I hired a business coach. And at the time, the business coach asked me, he said, "Hey, what's your mission in life right now?" And I told him, I said, "It's the same thing it's always been. It's to build Sparkspace, my business." And we were sitting in Sparkspace at the time. And he looked around. He said, "Looks to me like it's built. What's your mission now?" And I was kind of dumbfounded by that question because I never thought there was anything else besides building this business. And he was absolutely right to ask me the question. And unfortunately, I think I answered the question the wrong way. Because I stepped back and I thought about it, and I thought, what does the business need right now? And at that time, I thought it needed this administrator manager kind of person. So I decided that's who I'd become. I'd become the administrator manager, and I'd really make this thing hum along and be profitable and all that stuff. And we definitely needed that role, but I was the wrong person to fill it. But I stayed in it for like 7 years too long.
Oh, wow.
And we did. Yeah, we did well. Like I went to work every day. Everything seemed to be okay. But kind of inside, slowly, I was dying a little bit every single day because I was not in alignment with what I am wired to do. But I kept kind of going in every day doing this other role when what I really should have done is hired somebody to do that and continued to build and create things. So I reached this point where I was ready to just quit. I was ready to shut down my business. I was ready to walk away. I was really depressed, and I didn't know what to do. And so for lack of a better thing to do, I kind of followed the advice of another business coaching program that I was in at the time, which was to really just focus on what you do best and try to let go of everything else. And I did that, and I focused on my core skills, which are exploring new things and simplifying stuff and communicating through writing and speaking. And I started focusing on those, and life started to get better. I started to kind of engage again. I started to come out of that fog and that depression just a little bit. And then I layered in some counseling on top of that. So I sought out a professional counselor who helped me kind of get rid of a lot of that fog and the depression part. But I kept working on focusing on what I do best, focusing on using what I call my ordinary superpowers. Those things that seem very mundane and ordinary to me because I just do them all the time, but it's where I contribute the best. It's how I have the most